guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going back into Photoshop, going to make watermarks. It's come to my attention that a lot of people don't know how to make like a simple watermark. I've made my feelings about watermarks known in the past. I like a short and sweet little simple watermark, a signature kind of style watermark. I don't like big, gaudy, colorful, ridiculous things, so that is not what I'm going to show you how to make. I'm going to show you how to make a simple little signature watermark, and then I'm going to show you two ways to apply it to your photo. So I'm going to show you how to download it to where it's saved as a transparent file that you can use in Lightroom when you export, or you can use over the top of videos. And then I'm also going to show you how to turn it into a brush in Photoshop. So if you're done with a photo in Photoshop, you have a brush there ready to go to watermark your photo. So the first thing I want to talk about is fonts. So I like a signature font. The one that I have is a signature font, and I've kind of always done some kind of cursive whenever I had any kind of like print lettering. I didn't really like it. I think, you know, it's like signing a painting. Finding something, some kind of font that you like that's like calligraphy or a signature is definitely the easiest way to go. It doesn't have to be super legible. I know a lot of the fonts get kind of crazy. My favorite place to get fonts actually is a website called Krella, and it's krella.net. This website is so cool. I kind of just stumbled upon it. I used to use like fonts.com, 1001fonts.com, and a lot of those you have to end up buying licenses for if you want to use them for, you know, your business. But Krella, it's kind of cool. So you buy these fonts, a lot of them are like $1. So I think the most I've ever spent is like $8, and it was a bundle of 31 fonts for $8. So anytime I need a new font, I go to Krella. I know they do have other photography things there. They have presets and LUTs and fonts and overlays. They have all kinds of really cool stuff. Again, I had never heard of it and I just stumbled upon it, so maybe you already know about it, but that's where I recommend you get your fonts from. Tons of super affordable fonts and so many choices. Like, you'll be on there for hours looking. I think they even have a subscription service where a bunch of stuff's included if you pay for their subscription, so that's kind of cool too. Let's get, first we'll get Photoshop pulled up. Okay, for some reason my screen recorder for my PC will not record anything that's like a pop-up, so I've tried a million different ways to show you this step and it just won't record. So this is the first step. When you have Photoshop open, you're going to go over here to create new, and this little pop-up, see, this is a little pop-up that it's just refusing to record. But you go over here, and the most important thing when you're creating this is over here, this background contents, you need to make sure it says transparent. So when you're doing other things, black, white, whatever, load your photo, whatever, but for this specifically, to create a PNG, something you can layer over other photos, you need it to be transparent. And then you hit create, and it brings up this little box with all kinds of checkered, and from here I can screen record. Okay, now we have our Photoshop window open, we have our transparent layer open, and so now we are just going to type. I like to do this in black so you can see what's going on, but so keeping my font in black right now. Let's select a, I don't know, like a cool font. I have so many fonts. Okay, I'm just gonna write my name. Perfect. So I do want to, okay, I do want to go and pull it in and make it as tight as possible. And the reason for this is for when you save it, you don't have a whole bunch of extra space. So when you export from, let's say, Lightroom, and it asks you where you want to put your watermark, if you say, let's say you select like bottom right hand corner, if you have a whole bunch of extra space in this file, it's not going to be in the bottom right corner. It's going to kind of know that that space is there, and it's not going to put it exactly where you want it. So always crop it in to be as tight as you can just around the words. So there we go. We have it cropped just right around the word. So that's it. All right, so for this, so now we're gonna save this to be a PNG file, which is gonna be clear. So anything you put this over, it's just going to show the letters. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up here and you're gonna file, save as. Okay, another pop-up box issue. When you're saving it, it wasn't going to show you my stuff. It wasn't going to show it to you because my save box is a pop-up. When you are saving it, you need to select the PNG, and the PNG is just going to ensure that your background stays transparent. Okay, so then you're going to save it wherever it is you're going to save it. I recommend labeling it like watermark black because this is saving it as a black. I do recommend that you save a copy in black and in white because there will be some photos that a black watermark doesn't show up the same as a white watermark and vice versa, so you can pick the same. So to change the font color, so we've saved it now in black and we want to go ahead and save it in white also, you're just going to double click on your what you've written and highlight it all, and then go up to the top. There's this little black box here, and that's the color of the font. Do that, and again, it's showing it as a pop-up, but select, when your little pop-up box comes up, select white, and that will change the color of your font. So now we have it in white on here, and then we're going to save it the same way. Just label it differently, just like watermark white, label the other one watermark black, and make sure to save them as a PNG. So that's how you would save it. And then when you go into your Lightroom and you are in your export settings and it asks you about a watermark, that's one of those files, is the ones that you would bring up to save as your watermark option in Lightroom, or one of those PNG files, whether it's black or white. I think you can change it whenever you need to, but that's how you do that. So now we are going to make a brush out of this watermark so you can use it in Photoshop. We do have to turn the text back to black for this, so go ahead and do that. Same way as before, select the color box. Like I said, it's not going to show up on here just because it's a pop-up. I don't know what's up with that. I think it's just the way my computer records. Anyway, get it back to black, however you need to do that. Now that we are back at black, we are going to make sure that the little brush tool is the tool that we're on, and then you're going to come up to edit, and you're going to scroll down to define brush preset. Right, because I don't think it's going to record again. Hold on, I have to fix my screen so you can even see it. You go up here to it's edit, and it's near the bottom, define brush preset, and this is what it comes up as, and then you rename it there. And then we will just mark it. So we're going to call it watermark test. So now you have a brush. If you go up to your brushes, it's now selected in your brushes file. Let's open up a photo. Okay. So now we have a photo open, and we want to put this, so we have our brush selected still, and there you go. So I'm gonna make it obnoxious, and it is still selected in white. You can slap it right on there, just one little click. And what's kind of cool about it, if you want to, because I don't think that a photo needs a full opacity watermark. I think it's kind of nice to fade it out. You can create a new layer and put your watermark on the new layer, and then change the opacity if you would like. Or you can change the opacity of your brush before you do it, but I think putting it on its own layer and then just kind of changing it is the same. Okay, I think that wasn't too confusing. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I know it's kind of all over the place. I really need to figure out if you know a good screen recording program that will screen record on Windows and will screen record the pop-ups let me know, because anything that pops up on my screen will not record. I do not understand what that's about. It's the gaming feature on the Windows. Whatevs. Whole different topic. Anyway, I hope that you got something out of it. It is super easy. If you are wanting, even though like I said I've already been over it, that I don't like watermarks that are like super colorful and crazy, but if you want that kind of watermark, you can absolutely design however colorful, whatever you want on that transparent layer. But when you create a brush in Photoshop, you can't do it in a colorful way. It's not going to save it. You can't save the brush colorful, like a bunch of different colors. It's kind of one color situation. But when you save it as your PNG to put as an overlay on other things, you absolutely can do as many colors as you want. Again, I don't recommend it. It looks a little crazy, but that is your choice. I hope that you got something out of this video. If I went too fast, or again, you need clarification, let me know in the comments. That is it for this video. I will see you next time. Bye.